Developing news now, we could soon see the end of the war in Gaza. Officials today declaring a ceasefire deal that could take effect in just a matter of days. Our Jake Coleman joins us live to break this news for us. What's the latest, Jake?
Yeah, Rod, I'm live here at UNL's campus, the site of where many of those protests were held here against that war. And this conflict has been dragging on for more than a year. But today, as you mentioned, officials finally coming together and making an agreement on a ceasefire deal. That 42-day ceasefire deal will officially begin on Sunday. A 15th-month war in Gaza could be coming to a close after Israel and Hamas reached a ceasefire deal on Wednesday. Gaza's health ministry says over 46,000 Palestinians died, and Israel says it lost more than 1,700 since the beginning of this conflict began back in October of 2023. Ari Cohen, a UNL professor of Judaic studies, says this agreement is a step toward ending the violence.
There's going to be a lot of analysis of this deal. There's going to be a lot of people saying it's a good deal, it's a bad deal, it's not enough, it's so on and so forth. The bottom line, at least from my position, many thousands of miles away from the conflict, is that even a bad deal is a good deal. It's important to have a ceasefire. It's important to have hostages released, and this deal does those things.
Since the Hamas attack on Israel on October 7th of 2023, there have been several dozen protests against the war here in Lincoln, taking place everywhere from city streets to outside of the General Dynamics factory, which makes weapons. Protesters asking local officials to make a difference and calling for an end to this war. Now that end is in sight. Hamas released 33 hostages during the first phase of the ceasefire, which will begin Sunday. Israel let hundreds of Palestinian prisoners go at the same time. The Israeli cabinet still needs to approve this deal. Cohen suggests the timing of the ceasefire could have something to do, though, with the change of presidency in the United States.
If there's something frustrating, let's say, it's that essentially the framework of this deal has been in place for months. And nobody took it until now. And obviously that has a lot to do with the urgency of the conclusion of the Biden administration, the incoming Trump administration. So certainly that is moving things forward in a way that nothing else seemed to be moving.
Now, Rob, we did reach out to some local Palestine groups looking to hear from them, but we have not heard anything at this point. But it is worth mentioning we are in the first phase of a three-phase ceasefire deal, so officials do say that all sides will have to continue working together to make sure that peace holds. For now, reporting live here in Lincoln, Jake Coleman, Channel 8 News.